I woke up feeling excited as I knew I was going to see my friends again at school after 1 week of not going to school. I didn't attend school because I had a fat flu. I got ready, then headed to school. I was in 7th grade at Missouri Middle School. We call it MMS for short. It was a big school. It had a big field and a little house for staff and for students to wait till the rain went away so they wouldn't get wet. There were a lot of students in classroom. As I was walking to class, my friends saw me. They came running to me and hugged me tight. I almost could not breathe. We went inside our class. Then one of my boy classmates said, "Hi, hindi ko orang-orang yung emotok." Everyone laughed. I didn't really care about what he said because it was true. I was the loudest and most stubborn in my old class, so I just rolled my eyes while walking to my chair. Then it was lunchtime. My friends went straight to the office to get lunch, but I went to the bathroom. After that, I walked to the office to get my lunch, and then the secretary asked me if the principal had seen me. I asked her, "Am I in trouble?" Then my math teacher pumped into the conversation. Kwarta, ito ka principal and it. My teacher said, raising his eyebrow. The secretary laughed, so I looked at them both with a serious face. I just walked to my class. As I was walking to class, I saw my social study teacher talking to the principal outside of the classroom. So I got even more nervous. "Hey, ita ko dyan medyo nilu," one of my best friends said. I didn't respond at all. After lunch, my teacher told me to go to the principal office. I went to the office. I went inside and he wasn't there. So I waited. I sat and looked around and saw a picture frame of his kid, a different color of poster and paper, and a telephone. His office smelled good and strong. I think it was the smell of women's perfume. After 3 minutes, the principal came in and we talked. He told me that I had to go home. I felt confused. I went back to my class and sat in my chair. Qatar, emja college yamon bay ending pigaway. My teacher whispered to me. After 5 minutes, my dad came. I went to the car first while my dad was talking to my teacher. In addition, my dad and teacher were very close with each other because they used to be neighbors before my dad moved into my mom's house. I got home and went straight to my parents' room to take out my backpack and change clothes. After I changed, I went outside and saw all my siblings, my aunties, and uncles outside in the living room. "Why are we all here?" my older sister asked. My uncle called my mama on video call. My mama was in Taiwan with my boo. We were shocked by what she said. "Boo is gone," she said with a short throat while tears came down from her red eyes. The world I was in was spinning around like it was about to collapse, and my body was shaking. What happened? The heroes, Radak Island chiefs, and my boo-boo's younger brother asked my mom with no emotions. My older sister, who graduated from Mililani High School and came back to the Marshall Island, looked at them furiously. "That's all you got to say, huh? What happened?" I told you moving Fubu to Taiwan isn't gonna help her at all. We should have brought her to Hawaii with La Baba. My sister talked in a rough voice, blaming the heroes, who was the one that presently wanted to bring Pubu to Taiwan. He said the doctors there are great and they can help Pubu with her sickness, but he was wrong. "Don't be rude and disrespectful, Martina," my Simman told her. "Blaming each other won't help. You guys should talk together as a family on what to do and what to prepare." I was the youngest among the three girls in my house, so I didn't speak and show any emotion during that time. I went to my boo-boo's room and cried. I hugged my boo-boo's pillow tightly. Then Papa, my real dad, came and hugged me. And it yaman alam min Ning. Ning is the nickname that my dad and my mom would always call me inside the house. Days passed. My sibling and I didn't go to school after what happened. We prepared everything. We painted the house purple and cleaned both inside and outside. We did everything fast because there were many people in our town who came and helped us finish everything, while my suma and the heroes went to buy stuff we needed for the house. It was funny because I just went back to school but then stopped going because of what happened. After we finished preparing everything, the heroes came and told us that Bubu might come early when everything is settled in Taiwan. We even decorated the house all red. The rugs and cover of the couches were all red because it was my Bubu's favorite color. We went to the airport wearing black. I heard birds chirping and I saw that the ocean was calm and blue. My suma went inside the airport, but my family and I waited outside with the other people. I felt jealous and lonely because all my nieces and nephews were all with their parents. On the other hand, my little brother and I didn't have our mama at our side because she couldn't come with Poo because she has to stay in quarantine in Hawaii. Kumiralang tagpapalunoy tinchokya. Everyone come inside. The plane will be arriving soon. The hero said. We all went inside and then the plane arrived. The policeman carried Bubu's coffin. It was yellowish, almost like a cold, and it felt slippery when I touched it. I tried my best not to cry when I heard and saw my family member crying out and screaming. I couldn't stop feeling bad for Mama because she didn't come with Bubu. Every car lined up on the road. We saw students and teachers with roses and posters on the road. We usually do this in our culture to pay and show respect to our leader. Bubu was one of the Leros in Radak chain, and her brother was Irod. Irod is a chief and Leros is like a queen. So they have powers because they own many highlands. It is one way of showing respect. We all felt love and emotional because of what they all did. Ding. We arrived at the hero's house. Four policemen carried Bubu's coffin and one in front held the Marshallese flag. There were a lot of people, food, and drinks. I didn't go outside. Whenever I want to use the restroom, I use the one that is inside the house. Mama and her older brother weren't able to come, so we just put them in a Zoom meeting on the TV screen so they can see what happens and what is going on. We held Pu's funeral at her brother's house for 2 days. After 2 days, we moved her to our house, which is not too far away from the hero's house. We held her for 2 nights. All of a sudden, my sister classmate and teacher came to the funeral, even the principal. My auntie told me to greet the visitors and bring them inside the house. Before they left, the principal came and hugged my sister. 가도요것 부부애자고 이제는 다님 에베리를 주인지그는 아이보죠. Be strong. Bubu won't struggle in life anymore. She's in a better place. She said with the tears falling down. Komol, thank you, my sister said while sobbing. Hepog mga purinjibo janami atal. Kumiyago ng mall ay midog ilo yini na orangan bamuliin. Take food and drinks before you guys leave, principal. Thank you all for coming to this special day for the family, my auntie said. The couple of days were very busy for us. After we held Pubu's funeral in our house, we went to Malalev, which is one of Pubu's islands in the Radak chain. The night before we went to the harbor, we did the same thing we did when we came from the airport. It was very traffic because of all the cars lining up. We even saw people bowing down their heads near the roads. We took pictures for memories and sent them to Mama and my uncle to watch them. We arrived at the harbor. My cousin, sisters, auntie, uncle, and I rode on the ship along with many people and Bubu's coffin. Suma was there too. The heroes and others didn't come. They had to ride an airplane so they could get there faster and make sure everything was ready and set. It was a great experience. I saw many fishes and octopus. The air was beautiful, the ocean was calm. It wasn't wavy at all, so we all didn't get dizzy at first. It took 3 days before we got to the Malala because the ship kept stopping at every island. But thankfully, we got there safely. When we were on land, people came and greeted us by giving us flowers to wear on our neck. Everyone went straight to the church. It's been years since you guys came here, my other boo-boo said. We held Boo-boo's funeral inside the church so people could come and spend their last days with her. We held Boo-boo's funeral at 3 places, my cousin said. Ingay, Emina. I know, right? Is this your first time here, Emina? I asked my cousin. Her and her mom always supports me, and they have been a great help to our family, and we value each other. It was the last day for Boo Boo. We went to the hero's house to bury her. Families lined up with red roses, white rocks, and handicrafts. Those are the things that each family member had to put near Boo Boo's grave. It is also one of the Marshallese people's thing that they had to do in a funeral. The side of the house was the place where Boo Boo was gonna be buried. You can see the nice ocean and palm trees. Halip jojo para katagalebin pajen charam kamajala programin. Everyone please gather around so we can pray and finish our program, the priest said. We started purring my Boo Boo. I started walking towards Boo Boo coffin to give her one more hug. But then all of a sudden, I heard people saying that they thought Boo Boo wanted to be buried near her son. She always said and reminded the people on her island, especially Mama, that if she died, she wanted to be buried near her son who died a long time ago. I wasn't born that time, but I always saw Boo Boo go to his grave and clean it when she had no work or meeting with the other leaders. They kept talking. They even said that Boo Boo and the heroes sometimes don't get along because the heroes didn't take care of her when she was very sick. He would always stay at his home with his wife and daughter. I felt devastated. I didn't know everything, I said to myself. I asked Martina, who had the biggest anger when it came to the heroes. Didam kalabuni Boo Boo Ijin? Why did we bury Boo Boo here? I asked her, thinking that she wouldn't tell me the truth, but she did. It's because it was hero's decisions and we can't do anything about it. Even Grandpa. He was supposed to plan everything and decide where we should bury Boo Boo, but he couldn't because he's just a hero man. He can make a decision when the heroes already said what needs to be done. He had to listen to him and follow what the heroes wanted, my sister explained. Ta? Karagalakan niya baby. Lower your voice, you dummy, Martina said. Overall, I kept asking questions to my sister, and she answered all of my questions. I should have known all this, I said. I felt left out because my family didn't tell me everything because they say I'm too young to understand all of this. I liked the heroes at first, but when I knew everything about his true colors, I started disliking him. My boo boo was a kind person. She always thought about other people first than herself. She was the only person who attended my school meeting if my parents couldn't because of work. I'm so sad but grateful at the same time because I got to spend a lot of time before she passed away and now she is gone from all the struggles in life. By solving this, my family and I let go of everything for the sake of everyone. We followed the wishes of the heroes and everything went well. Now I realize that even if there's a problem between two sides of your families, you can solve it by letting go and moving on. Losing someone important in your life isn't always saying goodbye. It is a see you next time.